Hello. Happy Tuesday, everyone. So it is April the 16th. I am near Malibu, California. What am I doing way over here? I picked up kind of like old work at an old job. And so they needed me. I don't question it. I always say, times in life when you need the money, it things flourish, things happen. But all in all, I was needed in this area. They just dealt with wildfires not too long ago. If you guys remember the California fires, that happened in this area. So it's a coincidence, no coincidence, that when I worked here a year and a half ago, I decided to leave, and all this catastrophic events happen, and now that everything is calm, I'm back. It's an interesting group of people. I know some of them need more work. Oh my gosh. Some of them I've done Reiki on. Like, a lot of these people have zero clue on how to manage self, the inner self. Like, they're not even woken at all. Like, not even an eye, opening. No pun intended. But then there's like a handful of people who are so conscious aware that I could just look at them and we would communicate. So anyways, I want to show everybody. So this is me, minus the bird poop on the window. So this is what I get every Tuesday and Thursday morning. I get to park along the ocean and wait an hour until I'm supposed to go in. But I'm very... Oh, I want to show you guys this too. So you see that hill way over there? That's where I usually have my videos. That's about 30 miles away. I know, it looks ridiculous. If you guys have heard of Santa Monica, where's the pier? I think that's those buildings, that's Santa Monica. And the Ferris wheel's way over there. That area is Palos Verdes. That's where I'm usually working. All right, so I put in the description box below several things. It's kind of a lot, but I have to really work on my prophecy skills because because I watch so many damn videos of everyone else, I mix up their vocabulary with what I see. And that's the problem, is like, I really want to... I'm looking at a ship. Here it goes again. I have ADD, you guys. It's bad. That's clearly obvious, right? But what's cool is it's right over the building where I teach. So back to business. I love this area. So in the video, I had talked about 3 objects. It's the video called Inbound and Fast. And so I was basically sharing with everyone that I saw objects passing and coming onto Earth, or passing by, or flybying. I didn't know how to really translate it, but I just put it inbound and fast. I had no idea that what I saw Jupiter, Mars, and Venus. Because I was watching Naughty Beaver's Nostradamus prophecy / Cathedral commentary. And basically, Nostradamus had predicted that Jupiter, Mars, and Venus would come to France. Mars being war, and Venus being power. Power of sexual desire, power over, getting the things you want. That's why when you see, I call it Masons or whoever you want to call it, they have the downward triangle, both hands are touching. That is them giving power to Venus. I don't want to be descriptive of the area because I respect women, and and that's the sad thing is, like, of all the scandals and things that we are like putting out and being clean about, why isn't anyone like burning that out? Like, why isn't anyone whistleblowing on, like, how come newscasters are at their own will not wanting to do the hand gestures, but then they have to? It's like part of reporting, their job, right? It's really sad to me, just very sad, that we use these influences as communication devices. And in order to be a communication device, you have to not like sell your soul, offer yourself, but then your vessel has to become part of it. Like, there's some newscasters, I really appreciate them. They're very sweet people, but I see them do the hand gestures, and I'm like, no, not you. So the Cathedral fire, basically what was prophesied by Nostradamus was Jupiter, which means wisdom, and then also too, I think it was Higher Self Channel posted about the Jupiter, the forces of Jupiter will help open the consciousness of man would expand more because Jupiter is closer to Earth or whatnot. I'm trying to, this is why I said in my video yesterday, to look at one topic is kind of like a oops, I did it again Britney situation. What you want to do is link and compare the bigger picture, because like I was trying to crack my mom's skull yesterday, because she's like in her awakening process too, which I'm happy about, and she's ascending. She just doesn't know the vocabulary. But I'm proud of my mom, because when I say something to her, she really, like, it takes her about a week to digest it, but then she'll call me back the next week like, remember what you said? Well, you were right, and blah, 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 blah. Like, and if there's only one thing that I could ever ask for in this lifetime, is that my mom just stays more attuned and aware. That is all. I just want her to be attuned and aware, because she said the Cathedral fire, like, it was an accident. It's just a horror. My mom, no, it wasn't an accident. I'm like, didn't you learn in church discernment was what will be our tool and handbook for the end times? And this is like kind of partially an end time situation. So then she was like, yeah, you're right, and blah de blah. I'm watching this cloud like slowly like travel away. Look how distant it is now. Same shape. Cloud, object, UFO, call it whatever you want. I think it's a ship. We don't really know how those ships operate, but I know when they say Jesus will split the clouds, I kind of know what to look for. It won't be a man descending from the sky, because how could everyone around the world on a ball, how could everyone see that, right? But if it was a flat convection I'm just being funny. Anyways, I digress. How are you guys? How you doing? So going back to my dialogues, I don't want to bore everybody. I like to jump around. So what I saw in my vision was actually Jupiter. I kind of said and you'll see in the video, I drew a planet on the horizon with a little red thing. I kind of knew that was Jupiter when I was writing down the prophecy, but I've been listening to so many Nibiru. It's kind of sad. I wish people would just leave Nibiru alone, because I think there's things that are misinterpreted. Nibiru could be Jupiter. Jupiter is lightning, Lucifer, lightning, God, Thor, Zeus. Like, you have these different characters who were the Anunnaki. There wasn't just two Anunnaki or three. Adanda, Diana, Wonder Woman. It's all the same person. Hathor, to me, was Eve after, like, one lifetime you died, you moved on, you become a second lifetime. Hathor, you die again. Or was it Eve, Isis, and then Hathor? It's crazy, right? But you got to really look at things from, you have to connect the dots, and you have to look at two different things you normally wouldn't put together and figure out how to make a connection. There's someone that I know and love. I watch their channel, but they're very good at connecting the dots and helping the future be more relevant. Like, you can see things of the future. But the problem is they have an ego. And the ego is, I'm the only one in the world who knows this. I'm the only one. It's like, well, you shouldn't do that. Like, even for me, I was accused by my twin flame. The reason why I do that is because it's what she says, and I'm just letting her go with it, because for 5 years I tried to talk her out of it. Excuse me. I just let her go with it. But she was telling me 2 days ago that the YouTube situations last week, my videos are being interrupted, and why live stream was disabled. She says it's because, here she goes. I won't say the name of the entity, but she was saying, the angels were just trying to let you know that being on YouTube platform, it doesn't suit your ego very well. Like, you're feeding everyone your ego. And I'm like, A, you've never seen my videos. B, I would never ever think, from watching my own videos, I wouldn't have an ego. Because A, I just hit record, show my face, I put my face out there. And I think a lot of people who do have ego, they try to prove everything through so many screenshots. That's why I really love my two girls. You know who you are. You'll just open your notebook, you get your colors from either your kids or your marker or color pencils, and you just, like, put it on paper, because it comes from the heart, and it comes from discernment. Discernment requires no ego. And without discernment, basically, you can't both. Either you have an ego or you have discernment. Ego usually comes in a super ego situation, like when I teach my dance classes. That's super ego. It's taking myself to the highest density of doing my craft. With that said, I saw the Higher Self channel. So, hi, Higher Self. I know you guys watch me. The only one thing, they posted a video today about tapping into the higher densities, letting Jupiter evolve your conscious to a higher place, going into the higher realms. That's severely dangerous. And shiitake mushrooms, you guys, not. So I don't like to say the S word, but how can I say this? there's no one way I can say this other than, and it might bring tears to my eyes, that it bothers me that someone is teaching you guys to forfeit your reality, the things you have. Like, you guys are being asked to be stripped and ripped away from what you have, and people are going to start calling you crazy. You're going to start thinking you're crazy. People who've had issues with addiction, you're going to be challenged by it every single day when you hit those higher frequencies. I can't tell you guys how dangerous the higher frequencies are. Do you guys understand? Like, this isn't a game, and I'm tired of people and their bullshit. You can't be putting, and I'm not saying that the channel is bullshit, it's just people, they think it's cool to channel messages and to speak to entities that they don't see, and they're giving you guys like basically a portal to hell, because you have to go through fourth dimensional density in order to tap into the fifth. That's why I've been going through hell the last like 6 months. Like, the body illnesses, the affliction on the body, going to a grocery store and your whole central nervous system is responding to, like, this central air conditioner is vibrating, your body's vibrating. When dogs bark, you feel and know what they're barking about. It's not cool. Like, I would never wish anybody to just on a limb go into a higher state of dimensional shift, to tap into the multi. It's scary. Like, how many times that I think for myself, like, I could have been arrested for being in the wrong place at the wrong time, and for me to question why didn't it happen, it's because I shifted multiverses. But I left that old self in that timeline in jail. If that makes any sense. And how many different guides and assistants that I have who've been like stressed and pissed at me for having to go through so many situations to where they had to work hard to shift me to be where I am right now. That's the part where people are not prepared to know all that. But the panic attacks, the anxiety attacks, the stage fright feelings, all that is just, you don't want to just ask for higher purpose and go into the multi, dimensional. I would never want anybody to do that. Allow your life journey to progress you to it. It comes in baby steps. Like, I look from 2012 to now, I had a lot of growth since 2012, but it was 2010 that I was saying a lot of words for wisdom, because I thought I had took God out of context, and I mocked him, and then all of a sudden I had an immune disorder. That is my responsibility and accountability as someone, knowing that he was a light bringer, but then didn't know how to wake up. And I blamed something on God, and the response was my health being belonging to the negative lower frequency of this earth. Rather, it was my own responsibility, what I was doing to cause it, or the fact that our Center of Disease Control knew how to implant, allegedly, something into someone's body. I don't know. Because that year, I wasn't doing anything to put me in harm's way. And all of a sudden, someone shows up at the door with this bad news. So anyway, I navigate. And this is really mostly about the cathedral, but I did see all this happening before. And Naughty Beaver, you're not the only person in the world who gets prophetic messages. Yes, sure, you channel Nostradamus. Just as a lot of us channel different, like Uriel is someone people receive channeled messages from. People don't know that Uriel is Enlil, the Anunnaki. So he's not a bad guy, but he allows his other half, his twin, Inky, the serpent, the wisdom, the beast consciousness. He allows him to do his thing. He can't stop his own brother. Enlil also has connections to Lucifer, which would be the light bearer. People don't understand that Lucifer's story didn't end with him becoming Satan. That isn't what the story tells. Because Lucifer or Enlil went against his father or God's wishes, he was thrown onto earth, as well as the 200 archangels. People don't understand that archangels also means archons. So they have free will to either bother you or help you. It's their own choice. I'm probably the only person who knows that type of information, but I'm not going to brag about it in a YouTube video. So, Naughty, I love you, but check your attitude. Check your ego. Hugs, though. I really appreciate that he went from someone with disability, still someone who was like me, a hot mess, and then one day looked around and decided, I'm going to be out the box. And then the gifts started coming. But I tell you guys that your sleep is never normal. Once you start to want to take on this light worker stuff, like full-time, if you want to elevate yourself to the higher multi-dimensional densities, your sleep is off. You don't sleep. You see the verse about, excuse me, I have like acid reflux, which also is part of this gift, because your solar plexus are constantly purging. Your throat's constantly scratchy, your respiratory's messed up because you're constantly clearing your throat chakra and your heart chakra. Or you're collecting it off of people around you and you take on the affliction because your body can clear it, because you are on a higher level. It's not easy. It's a shit show, you guys. Like, it's beautiful. I would never regret it. I would never not want it. But when I see people who are like you guys, just so pure, from my perspective, innocent, whether you're going through mistakes or not, you're still a beautiful person. Whether you're making good choices or bad choices, you're still meant to be a beautiful person. But going through the dark means that you are you are elevating to a higher density. You are going to different realms and realities. You are becoming a multi-dimensional being. You're activating on, like for me, I would never have thought I would activate on 9th dimensional level. I am. I just thought, by watching Aluna Ash, well, she's on 9th, and also Flor Byrne, I'm watching multi-dimensional people on 9th gate level, thinking that's not me because my videos aren't well put together and I don't really do big channels. The thing is, I actually do. I reveal the mysteries, and that's the crazy part, is in order to foresee the future, you really got to know your past. This is why I was so I'll cut this video short. This is why I was so devastated with the Cathedral fire yesterday, because in a past life, which I used to never agree or talk about or accept, but I remember the building of it. I remember the messages. I remember what was encoded. And there's something very special that I know about that, and I can't share it on YouTube. I know what they're looking for. And it's only the beginning. It's the war is not nuclear. People are saying, "Oh, Trump is going to start this nuclear war," and it started with the like. Why? How would you connect nuclear war with a Catholic Church temple? It's a real legit temple. This place receives apparitions all the time, and the Catholic Church is kind of pissed that these entities are actually going to these places of worship without their knowing. So something weird is going on. It's almost like the Vatican is not. It's not a collective conscious reliant. The Catholic Church knows a lot because they've done the extensive homework research, spent a lot of money to collect all of the knowledge and artifacts and hieroglyphs, and they're trying to take as much as possible to keep us from being in the know. Because the more we know about the past, the more the matrix will bust open. So it's a race against time that we're at right now. It is a, can we change the future within the next 30 days? Or we're going to see a shit show. Sorry to use that word. I think we can, and I feel like we are going to change the future. Whether it's prophesied that there is war, Trump said fire and fury like no other to North Korea. People don't understand that fire and fury means it's otherworldly. It means that something or someone is connected to higher dimensional entities, or people may not think Trump is acting on he's not a multi-dimensional being because he's stupid and he's a narcissist and did it. Well, but then that's when you have ego and when you listen to the narrative and you follow the narrative. But if you step out of the box without judgment, because you are supposed to be an immortal being, which means you don't judge anyone, period, you will see. And I know people probably go, "What, Aaron? What are you talking about? Like, he's blah blah blah." But I see my dad as Trump. I see myself as Trump. I say things way out of context when I feel like I have a right to blow this out of the water. Sometimes I'm very candid. I'm very straightforward, black and white about something if I really feel like it. But it doesn't mean that someone with whatever intellect level you think that they are lower frequency. When you have a Freemason, they're free to do what they want because they earn their way out of having to be doing assignments and sacrificial offerings and things like that. When you are a Mason, you're trying to move up to level 33. You become free. Boom, boom, boom. But to be on the 33rd degree level, which Ariana Grande just got recently, you have access to all the knowledge. If you've seen Ariana Grande's concert, she shows a lot of subliminal messages. She shows a lot, even if you go back to her, I think it's her third video, All My Love, it was about, Break Free. Break Free was about the coming of something. That is the fire and fury that Trump's talking about. It will be from the sky. It will be a literal war between heaven on earth and earth. Anyways, that's a lot for one video, but I'm very happy that I've mentioned these things in my video. I didn't know the three planetary bodies, or the three circular bodies that I saw in my prophecy were Mars, Venus, and Jupiter. So it confirms, excuse me, my throat chakra needs clearing. Or is it my pineal gland? My pineal third eye chakra. Yeah, dude, I'm pretty cool. I lost what I was gonna say. it's just pretty fascinating that, you know, all these things are coming to pass that I saw. That is all I wanted to share with everybody. So have a great day. Um, I will have an update video later. I have so much to say. I'm glad my videos are being uploaded again normally without interruption. Thank you, controllers. Bye, everybody. Thank you for sticking out with this video. I know it's 30 minutes long. I try to make it very entertaining and as ADD, ADHD as possible. Take care. Bye.